Happy Monday. How's everybody doing today? Y'all ready for tonight? I'm so excited. It's Mystic Monday. Who's around? Waiting for some people to jump on. You guys ready? Who wants to come play in my sandbox today? Amy. Sure, you want to play in this sandbox? You're struggling, kid. You're struggling. Spirit comes through and they say, we see you. And we feel you. And we know. But this struggle that you're going through right now is necessary. Because what you have to achieve within legitimately the next 6 months, and it starts now, okay, is truly being able to work through everything and honestly choose and decide it's time for you to let go. And this is honestly, in your entire lifetime, after everything that you've been through, is the hardest thing you've ever had to do, because this time you actually have to say goodbye. But the goodbye is going to be the best thing you ever did in your whole world. There's no going back. And I think you know that. And you're going to be okay. They're with you. Lean into them. Lean into who you are and what you do. Arg, I know. And you don't have a choice. Well, you have a choice, but if you're looking to actually end up being happy in your life and having an opportunity to growth, but more importantly, for you to be able to experience joy and happiness and peace in your life, Ames, it's time to say goodbye. You're going to be okay. And oh man, Doreen just came on. Oh, this is interesting. Do you really want to know what they're about to tell you? Oh my gosh. Whereas one of you, it's truly time for you to say goodbye. Doreen, if things keep moving in the direction that they're moving in, oh, it's going to be almost time for you to say hello. For you, there's a hello coming in. Okay, there goes my teeth again. I apologize for that, but it happens. And tell me I'm not in my Jersey today. Tell me this is not Jersey. If this is not Jersey, I don't know what is. The hair just took on a life of its own. It did. So for you, honestly, you know, and I'm going to get back to somebody else who's on here that needs to hear from me. And I think, let me see, did they jump off? They jumped off. What a shame. People aren't staying on long enough to get their reads. I don't know what's happening here. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. So, there's an opportunity coming back in for you to say hello again. If they keep moving forward and making the right choices and actually being honest within themselves. Like, they do have a lot of work to do, Doreen. Let's not get it twisted. There's a lot of work they need to do, and they have to come to terms with some things on their own, which has nothing to do with you. But as far as loving you, they love you. You are the only one for them. But remember, that doesn't always mean that makes it right. Because they have to really come to terms with things and accept that he cannot always get everything he wants. And that for him to be in a life with you, he has to understand and say, we are in this together. And be able to say, Doreen, you are my family. But everyone in your world is my family too. So he does have some growing up that needs to be done, but the work is there. The love is there. There's no other person in this world for him but you, and he knows it. No matter how many times he's tried to say goodbye. It doesn't work out. And you make it easy for him. You're like, be gone. Be done. I have no patience for your bullshit anymore. And excuse my Jersey, this fucker just keeps coming back. He keeps knocking on the door, but. And you're like, hell no. Okay. Hey, Ash, how are you, sweetheart? So what I have to say to you is this. So it's coming. The shift is moving in this destiny year where you two really do have the opportunity to come back together. But you also have a choice, and the boundaries have got to be set, and they must be clear. They are non-negotiable. There are certain things in your life that are non-negotiable. Like, did you ever see, because we all know that I go back to movies, because I'm just an old lady, so we know I go back to movies. Did you guys ever see Monster-in-Law? With J-Lo, Jennifer Lopez, and Jane Fonda. Did you guys ever see that movie? If you have not seen that movie, you got to see it. It's brilliant. I love it. I do. I love it. It's classic. But there's one point at the end of the movie where Jane Fonda, the monster-in-law, and the daughter-in-law actually come together, and they connect. Like they're working shit out right before she gets married to her son. Okay? I know you like the movie for obvious reasons. Now, the greatest thing about it is she says this, and what was her name in it, guys? What was her name in it? Was it Fiona? Was it Fiona? I'm thinking it was Fiona. Really quick, so I don't make a fool out of myself right now. I got that, Recep. Thank you so much. I receive all of the love. More love in the world. No, Lana, come on. Give me the name so I can actually do it. Is it Fiona? I think it's Fiona. I think it is. I think it's Fiona. Is it Fiona? All right, I'm going to say it's Fiona. If I'm wrong, let me know. But she was like, Fiona, like in their relationship. These are the things that are non-negotiable. So they set the boundaries. Like, I want you in my life. You are important to me. But these are the non-negotiables. This is how I want our relationship to be. But also the relationship around us and who's in our life. Because if they could just drop their guilt with the issues they're dealing with, they would actually find out that they had a whole world, an entire family that already loves him. And regardless of all of its bullshit, it's like, oh, yeah, I know, it's just Eddie. It's just Eddie. But he'll also have an opportunity to understand what true forgiveness is. And maybe a doorway can open to where he can actually connect with his family. And those would make some amazing holidays. Because let's not get it twisted. Eddie's a pain in the ass. But he's your pain in the ass. But whereas before, see how things can shift? He shifted. His energy is shifted. So he's more pliable more now. Not completely grown yet. But there's a possibility. So they're saying it might be time for you to say hello again, but you need to set up those boundaries. And it is such a good idea for him to buy his own house. So when he pisses you off, you can just say, go home, Eddie. Even though you know he's going to come back. That makes sense to you. That makes any sense to you. And Spirit says, go ask your mother. Go ask your mother. You don't listen enough to your mom. She knows a lot of things, especially now since of where she is in her lifetime. You know, Spirit comes through to that lady. It does. She knows things. And she has wisdom. Besides the fact she's one of my most favorite human beings in the entire world. Because I am obsessed, everybody, with Doreen's mama. Let me tell you. You're Mr. Charming? Oh, he's out there. In fact, Amy, Mr. Charming, let me tell you, if you could just say, excuse my Jersey, if you could just say fucking goodbye. If you could just go tell them to go peck shit with the chickens, I am so happy you have found your way. Go live your life, please. And that's not saying any harmful. It's their truth. They've chosen their path. That has nothing to do with you. You are on a higher frequency, and that's okay. But if you could just say goodbye and sever that energy, it's not even a tie, it's the energy. If you can remove, oh, it's Viola Fields. No. Oh, it is Viola, because I remember because of what her assistant said. It was Viola. So her name, so I'm going back and adjusting what I said earlier. Her name was Viola. It was not Fiona. Fiona was from Shrek. But Fiona and Viola are very close, but no dice. But it was an amazing character. So everybody go watch Monster-in-Law and laugh when you get to that part and say, oh yeah, Elena really did mess that up. Anyway, so let's get back to your love life. Hey, Natty, let's get back to your love life, Ames. If you could just, it's not even cutting the cords for you. It's severing the energy. And let me tell you something. I mean, sever the energy. Remove it from you. Understand that all you're doing is making yourself less than, and it's a choice, but going down into that lower frequency. And that's okay. Everybody's at a different journey in their lifetime, and that's okay. You know, people have to walk their own path, whatever they choose. But it's not your path, and you keep holding back. Once you completely choose to sever that energy, because they are not going to let go. Understand that. They will not. They will keep coming back. Because you are one of their people. But it's not working right now. In this lifetime, no. That opportunity has come and gone, and now they have to play catch up. Now they have to go through a whole bunch of shit. And it was a choice, and that's okay. And they're being incredibly human, and that's okay. Okay? But you are at a higher frequency. So if you can just remove that energy, just remove it. So you already severed cords and cut cords. Remove the energy. Step out of that frequency. Truly say goodbye in every way. Do not allow contact, because all that does is hold you back and it pushes you down. You know. You have 2 or 3 choices out there, lady. 2 or 3 choices out there waiting for you. I get there's 3 possibilities. So there'll be dates, and 2 are going to make the cut, and you're going to take your time and actually be in a situation where you're able to spend time with them and grow, and then one's going to end up being a very good friend, and the other one is going to end up being your person. Okay? So the fact that I see 3 possibilities, 2 really good choices, okay, no, that's the past, Amy. That's the past. This is the future. This is the now. But until you remove that energy, and now is the time, this full moon, and I apologize. I was teaching the 26 Gates of Sovereignty. I created this amazing journey for the full moon to do the work we needed to do. I sent out rituals for people, and I was so busy, and my phone is being a pain in the ass right now, that I totally, my brain just went, and I forgot to do the full moon live and projection, and I apologize for that. But I will make up for it this month with the stuff that I'm doing. Because remember, last month I did do an extra live where I gave you guys the crystals to work with, and they work. So we're coming up to the new moon, the dark moon, and then the new moon soon, and so we're just getting right back on the thing. I guess I just wasn't meant to do it last month, and that's okay too. I can show myself grace. So hopefully you can. All right, so let me go back. I got so much energy tonight. I get to teach tonight too. I'm so excited. So excited. All right. Linda, are you still on there, love? No, Linda went off, so I'm just going to give this information because she jumped on and she went off, and that's okay. You guys are missing it. Linda, don't. So this is for you. So if you go to listen to this again, Linda, get over your fear of wanting more. Not just expecting it, but wanting it. And then getting over the fear of wanting more, then go through the process of getting it. Take action in your life. Now's the time. So the energy from some of you, tell me who has had the most insane energy? This chaotic, crazy, can be anxiety energy, because we have a lot going on with the planets that are in retrograde right now, with the current alignments with the lunar cycle, and the fact that we are building up to Lionsgate, the portal opening. So we have all this energy, and we're getting the feels about everything, and they're so intense. So you need to take a step back, literally, and you just need to take a breath and balance yourself. Just balance your energy, breathe, and take an accounting of where you're at physically, emotionally, and mentally. And then start addressing things one at a time. Start burning away that stuff that doesn't belong. Those old narratives, like I've told you, which was what this was building up to. Getting rid of the old narratives that don't serve us. Letting go of the things that we no longer believe in. And the people we no longer believe in. Letting go in grace and peace to anything that no longer serves you. And wishing the energy, wishing the situation and the people well. But knowing by doing that, you're going to rise and things are going to get so much better for you. I know that happens next week, as a matter of fact. I'm so excited. The energy is insane. And you're right, that the eclipse is happening too. So next week is a big energy week, let me tell you. Like from the end of this week to all the way through next week to the new moon. It's going to be off the chain, and it makes me so happy. You know, I expect all of you to be dancing in the moonlight, in the sunlight, and just moving with the energy and flowing and just rising above. And anybody that works a nerve, everybody that pisses you off, just say, oh. I can't blame them for suffering the human condition. And I can't help that they're really human right now, so I'm out of here. And then just move forward. Yes, says the Libra. Absolutely, says the Libra. And let me tell you something. It's not even a joke, because the veil is so thin. I just think about one thing, and all of a sudden, people are coming through. Like, I started just channeling the ether and saying, whoever's out there, come through. You know? And this energy is for people to have a voice, for your voice to speak up and to be heard, for that throat chakra to be released, okay? So not only are people on earth trying to set the record straight, but the ones who have passed are coming through and having a voice. So, like, I can't wait till I drop the full thing of Marilyn Monroe's little conversation she had with me, and then just going back and us doing our own little investigative work. Because she had something to say. There's another young man that unfortunately was killed in a crash with his girlfriend crashed them into a wall, him and a friend of his. And it's really sad because both of them were innocents, but especially the person that went in the car with them. And their truth is going to be spoken, and had something. And I went back and forth, like, do I turn around and bring this through? And I have to, because it's important. And I'm thinking, you know, some people may not like it, but she just might somehow hear it, and maybe there'll be a breakthrough. And maybe, yeah, you should ask. They're there. You don't have to ask. Your mother is around all the time, just so you know, she says. So, but there's certain people that are coming through, and I'm like, no. I hear your voice, you and I can chat, but I am not even opening that can of worms. Because I just know it's not a good idea. Especially because of how volatile everybody is right now. And I just, you know, There's just certain subjects we don't approach, certain people that don't need to come through right now. But the veil is so thin, they're all out there. So it doesn't matter where I am. I'm getting shit on everybody. I'll be talking to my child and get something on a friend of theirs who we haven't even talked about. And all of a sudden I say, yo, did you talk to so-and-so? Because so-and-so is coming through and this is what they need to do. So, you know, all of us are gifted. We all have the ability to tune into the other side, especially to get guidance from loved ones or guides, our angels and everything. That's all there. But you have to allow yourself to drop those boundaries. Let your ego go down low and just allow yourself to receive and trust your intuition and what you're hearing. Because they're there for you and you love you. And in the world right now, I am telling you, everybody has shut themselves down. Engage your faith process, whatever it is. Start moving forward in faith and out of fear. And stop being so angry and negative. Change your energy, change your life. Don't play, peeps. Don't play. All right, so I'm going back. All right. This week I'm going to be dropping a live about the Conjuring House, the real Conjuring House, and why the house is actually as active as it is and what people were actually dealing with. Versus accusing some woman named Bathsheba who wasn't even a witch. Guys, she never even lived in the damn house. Come on. Stop watching movies. When you see a movie, and if you're like, ooh, oh my God, or witches, or curses, or this or that. From every work of fiction, there is a shred of truth. And some have more truth than others. And then some things, the stories that they're told get elaborated on. So it's like for Hollywood, or makes it a little bit more interesting. This is what's happening with the Conjuring House. So, you see something and it piques your interest or it just gets your mouth watering, your blood boiling, whatever it is, take a step back. Actually do the research, real research. Don't just assume that Bathsheba was a witch. The property was cursed by her and she was killing children and having mothers kill their children. Not the story, all a lie, every single part of that story, just so you know. So you're going to have to go to my YouTube channel and listen to the full length when I post it. Just saying. Go hit a follow on my YouTube channel. That would be amazing if you would. Because I'm working on 4 different platforms now. Trying to get the information out there to everybody. Okay, so let me go. Oh, Evan had another flat. It's because Evan's supposed to sell that damn car and actually expect more versus less. Things are moving positively, but that car is just going to be a money pit. Yep, show. I'm working on it. Thank you so much. All right. Let's go through. I can't wait till these start building up again. They're going to be great. All right, so Recep, I have something for you. You don't speak English though, do you? Can you understand me? So Recep, you're going to have to look a little deeper. Okay. So you're at a position in your life. There's 3 things that you have got to do. You have got to do. You have to move. You are in a very masculine space, which is amazing. Okay. But what you need to do, Recep, okay, you have to actually start looking deeper. You're going to have to start collecting to the spirit, your spiritual side. Start tuning into divine feminine a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And allow yourself to feel the energies, because that's going to make it easier for you to communicate with people. And for people to respond to you in the ways that you want to. But you're going to have so much growth. So one of the first things you need to do is be curious and look deeper. You have to expand your faith process and look more into the spiritual realm and what comes around it. So you're supposed to enter a sacred space and start communing with your spirit guides, the ascended masters, with angels, and then give yourself opportunity to believe in magic and what comes with it. And to be able to dream a little bit, like fairies are real. They're on the other side. connect with them. And you have to allow yourself to be in that space. And you have to seek guides with noble ideas. You have to raise your vibration and want more from your life and the world around you. But you have to have yourself in an open space to do so. Does that make sense? So that's for you. I've actually never read you, Recep. That's for you. Oh, let's do Recep since he's on here. We're gonna give him the full Monty. The full Monty. How many lifetimes do you guys think that Recep _ins_ 37 has been here? Give me numbers. Tune in, my loves. Yes, I want you to tune into the energy. Do not question. Just do. Because we're helping a guy out here. We are. I don't know what you're saying. I wish I did, but I don't. Usually I have somebody that'll translate for me on 21. All right, Maria says you've been here 21's lifetime. So one of your just past lifetime things, so you know, in your past lifetime, that was about 500 years ago. Okay, so we're going back. I got a 21, I got a 17, I got a day. You were involved. You were in a time of war. And you were not able to bring peace to that realm. Okay? In fact, it's 550 years ago, I believe. So one of your karmic things, debts that you have to fulfill before you truly can move on up and forward, is by learning how to bring peace this lifetime. And to find a pathway even when everything in you says no, can't do that, but you have to understand that you need to. It's part of your karmic debt. It's something that you need to do to be able to move on and move forward. All right, I got a 17, I got a 21, I got a 17, I got a 10. Recep, shits and giggles. Shits and giggles. How many lifetimes do you think you've been here? Can you throw out a number for me? Can you throw out a number? Maybe? I will tell you, you keep coming back for more because you're having a hard time getting these things right. You like repeat multiple lifetimes before you were able to move up into the next one. Part of it's because it's stubborn, and part of it's because you like to play, plain and simple. So these lifetimes, it takes you a while to move through them. All right, he's not guessing. He's not going to guess, so I'm going to guess. So, Recep, I am going to say you've actually been here 27 lifetimes, so you're kind of old. But like I said, some of them were very short lifetimes, and some of them you did multiple times because you didn't want to learn your lessons. You didn't want to do the things you needed to do to level up. Let's just put it this way. Now, this is the first time you're doing the past one over again, so you do still have the opportunity. And you have about 20 years to go to be able to do what you need to do and bring the peace. It doesn't have to be big things, just within your world and the people around you. I mean, bringing the peace is bringing the peace to your realm. Understand? All right. So tell us what you do when you say yes. Tell us what you do when you say no. Stop. What's no? What do you do when you're thinking of your accountant? All right, stop. How many lifetimes has Recep _ins_ 37 been here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, and 27. And then it goes back and forth. Because it doesn't just stop dead. It'll go back and forth. 27 lifetimes. But you still got lots of learning to do. Gotta put your ego down a little bit. If that makes any sense. It's funny because Kyle is supposed to be jumping on this live and Kira, because I have to teach them one of the classes of the 26 Gates of Sovereignty as soon as I'm done here. Let me see who's here that I have not spoken to yet. Maria, ask your question. Do you have a question for me? Just so you know, I'm just going to start. Spirit asks, what are you so afraid of? What is it you're afraid that you're going to find out? Because the truth is there, and it can be revealed. But you have to remove your fear. And, you know, we talked about the work that you needed to do. Okay? If you'd like to sponsor a show, Recep, I'm open to sponsors. I'm looking for them. Okay. You can't think of any questions. Well, Spirit gave me what you need to be working towards anyway. There's three things that you absolutely need to do. And what the outcome is at the end of it for you. Okay. Stop being afraid of what you're going to find out, of asking the questions you needing to, or just trusting your own instinct because you already know the truth. For you to be able to start feeling better, because it affects your health immensely. It gives you anxiety. You don't have restful nights, and it's very hard for you to find peace, and you're doing everything you can physically to get to that point. But spiritually and mentally and emotionally, unfortunately, you have to look in to start doing this, okay? So you have to allow it to rise, and there's going to be, like, to reveal a truth that has long been hidden. And you have to allow yourself to see it. Let yourself understand, and I want you to sit with it. Once truth is risen, then you have more understanding of situations, of actions, of people around you, and even how you've been feeling. And Spirit is saying the resentment that's involved. And it's okay, and it could just be you, you know, like, I've had it, I'm done, you know, and you resenting how you've been treated for so long and taken advantage of, you know, truly standing in your power and living in your peace. You're entitled to it. But, you know, you have to allow this truth to be real, to be revealed, so that it can move away and creates the space for what you've been waiting for literally all of your life. What you've been waiting for the past 20 freaking years, honey. And then you really have to tune into the other side. You really have to start, you know, I know you have a faith process, and I know you believe. But sometimes it's not enough to just believe. You need to sit and be in conversation with your guides, your angels. You know, Mikey chimes in, I'll still come through for her. I'll still show up when she needs me. So his energy is still around. Sometimes, you know, it's funny. He tells you to finally let go, but I don't think you did the ashes yet, did you? It just occurred to me, you probably have not released the ashes yet. So he's still around. He's still tethered. Okay. But, you know, immense love for you. And that just kind of made me really laugh, because I realized why he still might be around. Because I'm like, what are you doing, Mikey? You told her to let go, to just because you wanted to move on. Like, it was time for her, which is part of what this is. Not yet. And then it occurred to me, I'm like, oh, she probably still has your ashes. Do you still have a piece of his hair? Do you still have his hair? A lock of his hair? So I'm going to wait for you to answer that. So, but that's why Mikey's still tethered. It made me laugh. Sorry, after that big moving thing that we had in reference to him, and I cried on the internet on a live because of what he said and what I felt. No, Denise does. Okay, now listen. Because he said, my hair should be enough so you can let go of his ashes. You can release him. And his hair is not going to keep him bound, but will keep, the energy, his energy is life source. So that's not something that's going to keep him bound to you. So Denise, see, because it might be hard for them to let go, but you can actually, a piece of the hair, split it or something, because you can actually get it made into a beautiful piece of jewelry. You could actually have the hair. I've done it where I've worked with people with like copper or different things, and I've actually woven it into a crystal. So you still had their energy and connection with them. But he said my hair should be enough. So hopefully you're on good terms with Denise, and maybe she will give you a few strands, even if it's a few strands in a locket, with a picture or something else that belonged to him. That's okay. But yeah, so he said my hair should be enough, which is interesting that he said that. Because usually things bind us, but that's not enough. It's enough for you to have a memory of him, but not something that's going to bind him to this place and this time. Okay? And once you've gone through this entire process, love, you need to love with an open heart. You just need to open your heart up and just let you love immensely. But it's not all just letting your love out to whoever you so choose and the people in your life that you want to shower this love upon. But also, okay, on receiving love from others and not being afraid to. If you're being honest and you call their shit when the shit happens, you need to allow yourself to feel loved, especially by the people who love you immensely, like your other half. And I love you, I do. And just realizing what a brilliant, beautiful being you are, and you have a precious heart. And I keep beating this dead horse, but this horse ain't dead because he's still coming around saying, yo, lady, wake up, it's time. You were meant to be loved too. Okay? Very quiet. I had messaged her the other day. She popped into my head talking to her, seeing how she was doing. With Denise, it's 50-50 how she's doing. You know how that works with her. But once you go through this whole process and you go through this healing process and finish the mourning process, because you're always going to miss him, trust me. But you can get to the point where the memories are amazing, okay? And you call him up into your energy field. But you're going to be able to rise from the ashes like a phoenix. There's a whole new life waiting for you. Like you've made the move, you've set your boundaries. Now you really got to consciously work and heal and release some of this stuff and release him. And just keep moving forward in your life and allow the happiness in. Allow it. Even with all the bullshit happening in this world, guys, you can still be happy. You can still experience joy and love and learn to be in a constant state of gratitude. Gratitude for what it is we have. Because I tell you, with how crazy our lives are and the things that we're going and the fears that are coming up and the anger, just with everything around us, there are people in this world that when I tell you they live in constant fear and terror and don't know when their next meal is coming, or if this is the day when the bomb siren goes off, it's actually going to hit their home. There's just so much death, and we really have to effectively set the pace for peace and actively go after it. Okay? And in the positive ways, in a state of gratitude and love and having a voice, but saying it and where people will listen and not just get pissed and counter or just scroll past us, Be the change you want to see in the world. This is not a joke. This is a real thing. I keep saying this every week. Be the change you want to see in the world. It's not cliche. It's true. You want shit to change in your life? You want it to be different? We have to change our energy. We have to look within and start making those changes so it radiates out and affects people without us. And then when we tell somebody, this might be a really good idea, this is the change that needs to be made, they're not going to look at you and say, oh, really? Because they can look at you and say, oh, really? And be like, yeah, because I already did it. Now it's your turn. Join me. That makes any sense to you. Okay. Okay, I have Misha Bear and Anise, or Anise. If I pronounced your name wrong, I apologize. Abrams. Is that French? What is, I love the name. I would love to know how to pronounce the name. It's a beautiful name. And you have amazing energy, so that makes me happy too. So I'm going to let you guys ask a question. Who wants to do Misha Bear's lifetimes? Misha Bear, have we ever did your lifetimes? Oh, my son tells me to stop touching my face. He says, when you're on your lives, you touch your face. I know I do. I don't know why. It just happens. I have to see, look, I did it again. Now I'm noticing I'm doing it. So at least that's the way. Anissa, do you want me just to give you what Spirit has for you? You are coming to a point. I'm just going to give it to you because, you know, because I'm a giving kind of person. And I always get give my 2 cents. When they're not asked for. Yeah, no, I think it was 53. You're right. You were another old bird. You were an old bird. 53 lifetimes. That's right. Do you have a question for me, Misha? Before I give Anise, I think that's his name. No, I think it was 53. I think it was 53. If I remember correctly. What's my timing so I can see? Okay, I have like 10 minutes left, so because I have to teach at 7 tonight. We get it in and get it done, guys, don't we? We do. Thank you so much for coming on and sharing this energy and space with me. For letting me give back to you. Anise. Anna. Okay. All right. I'm thinking that's probably right. I think it's French. I'm thinking. I could be totally wrong because there's little thingies over the top of it. All right, hold on. It is. Thanks. There you go. Okay. Misha Bear, I'm coming to you. I'm going to give Anise what I have for her. Do you have any questions, Anise? 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 Anais? I have to do this. I have to do this, guys. I have to. From Belgium, but France at the moment for need to sleep soon. Okay. I was going to make you go live with me so I can hear the pronunciation of your name, but I'm not going to do that. Okay, so let me get you done real quick so that you can go to sleep soon at 4 a.m. in France, and that's brilliant. Okay, so you are coming to a time, like you're coming into a time of awakenings. You've already started moving through a crossroads, and but your path has shifted, and you feel it rising within you. So you're actually, coming to the point where you're awakening, and you do have some precious gifts, and you are a being of light, and you actually have to sit back and receive that. Like I want you to receive that. You're a special person, you have these special gifts, and you have a lot to share with people, and your voice matters, and what you have to teach. So what you need to do is get comfortable in that space and to share your light with others and what it is that you have to say. Because in a lot of situations where there's chaos, you make sense. But you cannot be afraid to have a voice. So you need to release that. And then because you're becoming into a time of great awakening where your gifts can be amplified, you have to tune in and embrace enlightenment. You're safe. You're going to be fine. And it'll be an amazing journey because of what you feel when you're going through the process. When people actually start opening up and they're here for it, like you said, I don't have any questions, but I'm here. I'm here for whatever you got from me. When you go into connecting with the other side and opening up your gifts and raising your frequency and speaking your voice in the way that you will, which is in such a precious, beautiful way, which can be received, okay? It is the most amazing journey. I have been so blessed to work with people and open them up and help them, receive these gifts and open them up and use them, not only for their greater good, but for the greater good in others. And for you, it's going to really help people that are close to you in your life and in your circle. And a couple of people, Spirit says, that are being extremely stubborn right now, and a bit arrogant. But, allowing yourself to embrace that enlightenment and understand it's a part of who you are, and that's okay. And it's beautiful. And you want to shine your light and you want to radiate out as far as you can, because you change the fabric of the world around you, which is an amazing thing. Okay. So, and then you have to get to the process where you actually let peace prevail. It is not your job to keep the peace. Okay, this is not your job. You can be the peace. You can focus on your own peace and the peace in the energy and the world around you. But it is not your job to keep the peace. So if people are causing conflict or drama or just hostile or volatile or whatever word you want to use, causing a little bit of chaos in your life, it's not your job to fix that. It's your job to keep your own peace and to be the peace in your world. And if they're not softening, then you need to move away from that situation and those people. Doesn't mean it's going to be long term. But right now is about you, and that's what you need to focus on. And they're also saying that you actually have some things that are holding you back, and it's kind of what they say curses us. Sometimes things we could keep running in circles, or things don't quite, we start feeling like things are getting where they need to be, but then we turn around and it doesn't quite get there, and you're like, why? It was going so well. And it's because you're holding on to things, so you're in a place where you need to openly forgive. And it's more for you and then for them. And it will help you find more peace. But that will lift the curse that's kind of you feel that has been placed on you, of why things will start get going and then you get stuck. And it's because you have to really just look at things and choose to let go of them, because it doesn't matter. What happens in the past happens in the past. They said what happened a week ago happened a week ago. It doesn't matter anymore. Now it's today and where you at. And then you're saying, I've been wanting to find a better direction with music, but I also feel I have the effect with other things too. Be the peace in your world, like that too. Absolutely. And the fact that you use music, listen to that. Being able to write music and perform your music, there's no greater gift, especially with your energy. So refine that. Move forward in that, because it's a part of who you are, and really become your music. Music touches people on levels that speaking can't even touch. You can change people's lives with your music, and especially expressing yourself and your truth. Just have been diagnosed with ADHD, so I feel I'm moving forward with more knowledge. Very good. Very good. Music helps you with your ADHD too. It does. It should. A little bit. So did that help you? I hope it did. I hope that helped you, because that makes sense, because you have such an avenue to spread light and understanding, and to have a voice, and to change how somebody feels, even if it's a song that's sad, because you might have gone through something and you're struggling, that will touch on the heart of somebody else, because those people know they're not alone. And you're working through it together. Because life is filled with joy, it is filled with happiness, sadness, laughter, pain, tears, anger, peace, all the balance. So it's that deep human connection you are, and sharing your light and your gifts with others. So those gifts within you, you're at a crossroads, they're starting to come up to the surface, but you need to create the portal to release them. Yes, absolutely. And if you ever want to do a session, I do them with people all over the world. I have Skype, I have WhatsApp, I have Duo, because when I work with people from Dubai, I can only use Duo. Zoom, so many different avenues. So if you ever, and I do it according to your time zone, so whatever it is, I got you. And absolutely, if you need anything else, please let me know, and I would love the opportunity to work with you. All right, Misha Bear. So, did your dad pass on? Because your dad's coming through for me, lady. Hello, McLevin. Nice to see you. Unfortunately, let me see. I only got a few more minutes, but I hope if I don't get the opportunity, ask me a question, McLevin. I'm actually going to stay on for you if you have a question. If you don't, that's fine. Because I'm getting ready to jump off, because I'm getting ready to teach class to two amazing people. But Misha Bear, you still there? Misha Bear, you still there? Yes, Misha Bear is still there. Okay, because your dad is with you. And it's weird because it's like this support he's giving you, but like he's almost waiting for permission to come through for you. So he's like there. He comes through, and I see him, and he's kind of like standing there, like nervous, and he's waiting to know that it's okay to come through for you. Because he wants to be able to give you the support that you need. Because you've been going through some things. If you want me, Bear, I'm going to do this. I normally don't really do this, but I'm going to allow you to do this because he's coming through, and he's basically, it's almost like he's nervous to step through for you. He's in your field. He's staying there, and he's like, I am here. I want to be here as a strong support system to her. In a way, it's almost like he's asking forgiveness for something and doesn't know if you would even really want him to come through. So it's weird because it's like he's really, like, usually spirit will come through and they're like, I'm here. They get really obnoxious about it sometimes. Okay. But he wants permission to be there for you. And he says, I'm sorry I left you. It's really hard when I don't get responses. But I can give you what he says to me. But if you have a question that you need, I will do this for you because I really would love him to be able to come into your energy field and be there for support for you and for some things that are going on. But if there is something you need to ask him or need to know, because I know we're coming out to the end, and because it also can be very personal, honey, and I can receive that and understand that. That's why I don't do gallery readings. Oh, no permission is granted. Long story. Oh, that's why he won't come through. No permission is granted, long story. So that's why he's so, it's like he's there. He wants to come through. I have no idea who Kenya Logan is. Are you guys still there? Something weird just happened. Janie Kai. Janie, I'm so sorry. I'm getting ready to jump off. I will be back next Monday, though, and you can listen to the replay. So that's why I got you. So if there's something work you need to do with that, let me know and we can get some work in. But I will let him know. And then you can also make a point of saying, because your father isn't in your energy field and he's pushing. It's kind of like he's knocking on the door, listening on the other side, trying to get through with him. You can turn around and say out clearly, and you should turn around and say, no, there is no permission granted. I don't care what you have to say. I will not receive that. Okay. So that you keep them away. I would, if I were you, sage your house. I would get some sage, sage it. Only people for their highest good allowed here. Because you have this a long story connected to that. And then so you do that with some sage, go through the entire house, cast off who you don't want in your home and in your energy field. Put a little bit of lavender into that, and a little bit of rose into that, dried herbs, and then do some Palo Santo, and then see how the energy is in your house, because I also would recommend crystal gridding the corners. Kira, I'm getting ready to come off. Kira's in my class. I'm so excited. You missed the whole night, Kira. Where were you? So I am going to, if you need to know a little bit more about how to cleanse your home and grid it, let me know, because he is there and he's been there for a while. So if you've been getting certain kinds of feelings, so I'm glad I asked. That's why he's standing there like a creeper. That's why he was standing there like a creeper. Okay, that's all right. You can talk to your boyfriend. All right, and then I think I made a promise. Are they still on? No, they went off. So I don't have to fulfill that promise because they jumped off. They jumped on and they jumped off. So maybe next time they'll get the message. I love you guys fierce. Thank you for joining me tonight, for being a part of Mystic Monday. I hope you will join me again next week. If you're ready to do your sessions and make leeway, push through with this Lionsgate portal and everything going on and this destiny year, let's get the work done. I would be honored to do the work with you. All you have to do is direct message me here, or you can go to my website, www.oneheartonespirit.com. People have been working with me for years. You know that you're grandfathered into the prices that you paid at that time. Okay. Which is a wonderful thing. And definitely just let's get those sessions booked and get them in. I'm so excited to work with you. Also, if you could go to my, my YouTube channel. It's Medium on a Mission. See my face up there. See the little circle with Medium on a Mission in gold, and in the background, my happy face is up there. Definitely give a follow, because I'm going to be... our podcast and show, as well as those long form videos on ghosties and spirit and things like that, are going to be actually published on my YouTube. So you'll get a snippet here, but you're going to have to go to the YouTube page to actually be able to have the benefit of the whole thing. Okay. So I love you fierce. Go to my website, www.oneheartonespirit.com. Spell the whole thing out. Book your sessions, book your journeys, your past life regressions, your crossroads, your life paths. I'm here for you, and I'm here for it all. Or you can direct message me here. Okay, guys, I love you fierce. You have an amazing evening. And the human in me sees, loves, and adores the human in you. Have a good night. Bye.